What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And as you know, my time playing UFL lately has been minimal, right? I did a impromptu stream last night and got several games in, and it just solidified the reason why my time playing and covering UFL has been minimal, because it's quite simple. The game is broken at its core. There is a laundry list of problems, including one you are about to see right here, which is the goalkeepers are broken. Like I said, the stream's full of examples, but this very game, this opponent should have beat me by halftime. It should have been 4 or 5-0, right? This is my first game of the night. I hadn't played UFL in a while, and he deserved to just crush me. However, as you see the game progress and you see how it finishes, it's just one of many examples where UFL is broken, which means it's a waste of time to play right now. However, it doesn't have to stay broken forever. So that leads me to the three choices you have, which is: one, you just accept that this is a broken game and just keep playing nonetheless. Two, you delete it and just forget about the game. Or three, you speak up and try to get the game fixed so it can be as good as it can be, right? And I've seen in other football games, namely FC, with a uber rich, uber successful development company that didn't have to listen to the FC player base at all. They took FC 25 and finally released a patch that the players wanted and totally turned the game around. But it took years until the players finally realized that if they speak up, to the point where EASPORTS sees that they can and will lose money because the players are going to leave the game, they're not going to accept this nonsense anymore, then they will make the changes, because ultimately they want to keep raking in money. And that's the same with all these development companies. So a brand new game like UFL, especially one where the development company said, we are going to be transparent, we are going to listen to what you guys want. So we need to make them put their money where their mouth is and hold them to that, right? So far, they haven't done so. Maybe they've played like they're being transparent, but we don't know why so many of these issues continue to remain in the game. Are they not able to fix them? Do they need more time? They haven't told us. Not only that, but how come every patch they seem to break more and more things? They haven't told us that either. So, again, if we don't say anything and just accept it, why would they care? They're just going to keep releasing skins and stadiums and other ways to make money, right? And they're going to continue with the broken game, continue putting out patches that further break the game, and you're going to keep seeing an influx of these ratty, no-skill players that are able to not only compete in UFL, but actually do well and get victory after victory, because the game is broken and they're fine with using exploits. They're fine with not playing football. So eFootball has a similar but different problem, right? There's absolutely low-skill rats that are able to take advantage of all the kinds of AI assistants that Konami's putting in the game to cater to them because they want their money, right? And these losers will continue to take those shortcuts as long as Konami provides them. So it's not like this is just an issue in, UFL. And it's not like it's only in the football gaming world. It's all over the place. But the question is, who's going to speak up? And will that spread to where, it's not just one content creator or two content creators and a bunch of people putting the comments on social media? It has to be a collective. It has to be a situation where the development company is going to feel the pain if they don't make changes, where their bottom line will be affected, right? I'm talking, who's going to buy skin packs and stadiums and stuff if all these players are upset to the point that they're going to leave this game if these things aren't fixed? Or at least if we don't start speaking to the player base and explaining things so they can at least understand. Because so far, we have no idea, like the questions I had earlier, we have no idea why all these issues remain. We have no idea why every patch brings more and more broken things. Goalies can't save a shot. No, they save everything, right? You have a game where they try to fix. Initially, it was like the lofted through balls to the strikers. Next thing you know, you have the L1 triangle era of just nonsense, a long switch into the lob cross. That came from a patch trying to fix lob through balls into strikers, if I'm not mistaken, and you see that time and time and time again, and we just get no explanation. So it's hard to back a game that just keeps going on this path of getting worse and worse and worse. So just accepting it, for me, not an option. There's no way I'm going to play a broken game like this. It's a waste of time. It's not skill-based. It's not fun, right? Who wants to go in and lose to a lob through ball where your defense freezes up and you can't even defend it, right? You see here, this is how the opponent ends up scoring. Now, he should have been up 4 or 5 nothing, but the fact that he had to resort to that is crazy. And then the fact that I could resort to this in response to his glitch goal is crazy too, right? Even if I just did this, this is what the game asks you to do, or begs you to do, because you can't score through regular build-up. You can get breakaway after breakaway like this player did, or my previous opponent, I should say, did, and the goalie's just going to save it. I mean, a lot of times I'm on the receiving end of that, so I feel his pain, but it's just, that's why you can't take this game serious. But then again, it's not even fun to really just play. I'd much rather play eFootball right now. And people who ask, are you trying to get everyone to go to eFootball? No. This channel is built around UFL. I want to see UFL succeed, but I'm not just going to play a broken game. And right now, eFootball, while it has a ton of problems in itself, trust me, it's far from perfect, you can actually play good football there. They have that ability for you to play good football. It's just the meta and all of the assistance they're providing to help these low-level players out, that's what's watering down and ruining the game. UFL, it's a far different issue. They have all these exploits that not only remain in the game, but they keep adding more and more as they try to fix certain exploits. We need an answer for this, or we need some kind of assurance that these things will eventually be gone. And then I'll follow that timeline and start playing the game once they are gone. But until then, I have no other reason to believe that this game is going to go anywhere. And we aren't even going to talk about my previous video's topic, which was what to do next, right? Once you have all the top players and you have nowhere else to go with that, the game gets stale pretty fast. It's already lacking a lot of depth. Even with some of the modes, it's like you have broken gameplay, and look at what you just saw there. I mean, that's ridiculous. The gameplay is broken, and why is this a new issue? Because they went and tried to fix goalies and couldn't do it. And that's the story of the game. So then, when you're talking about having players that are fully maxed out and nowhere to really go with that, how are we going to trust that they even have an answer for that when they can't even fix simple issues in their gameplay, right? So it's not trying to be negative. It's not trying to get players to go to eFootball, right? Somebody came on today and is like, you say it over and over and over. Well, problems don't get solved by ignoring them. And as long as the problem persists, I'm going to keep talking about it, period. And when I say problem, I should say problems plural, because the gameplay has issues, like I said, a laundry list of issues, and they all need to get addressed at some time or another. And right now, the laundry list just keeps getting bigger, not smaller, and nothing's being talked about with regards to how to fix that gameplay, or even what the roadmap looks like for players down the road with all these maxed out players and nowhere to really go with that. That takes a lot of the fun out of these ultimate team-based modes. So we need answers, we need fixes, and that's the bottom line. So let me know your thoughts on that, and as always, keep grinding, keep having fun. See you on the next one. Peace!